Greetings, fellow traders. Bubba here. It's time for the lunchtime market update for Friday, January the 8th, 2021. I hope everybody's having a great trading day today. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research, and everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right, well, let's check see where we're at the market here today. So SPX still holding up here on the monthly chart. We're up 88 cents today. So still kind of hanging in there over the upper Bollinger Band. Let's take a look at the weekly chart, looking like a nice engulfing candle right here after filling the gap. Daily chart, again, possibly working on a little wave 4 pullback type move here today. We're kind of triangulating too, so it could be a wave 4 triangle. S&P is actually starting to break down right now, so actually give me a second. Okay, so sorry about that. I had to take a quick little break right there. Wow, I was noticing the market while doing this video was dropping pretty nicely. There was a nice geometric line that broke down on the ES and ended up shorting Apple through there, which is pretty good. I missed the entry on the SPY because I just didn't see the triangle breakout while doing the video. But Apple was setting up nicely at the time, so that ended up being a good short right there. So I'll show that to you guys in a second. But let's keep looking right here. So again, possible wave 4 pullback right here on the daily chart, like we were just saying, right? And let's take a look at the SPY and see how that's looking here. So see, so SPY. Let's just look at the volume right here. Yeah, so still low volume here today, unless there's some major selling that really goes on here this afternoon. So we'll keep an eye on that one. But let me show you here on the S&P futures what we were looking at. So it was awesome. So one of our members actually pointed this out. He's like, "Hey, did you see this triangle here going on?" And I was like, "Oh, let me see. Let's see what kind of triangle we got." And it was right at this level, but there was another one right here, right? If you stretch this out a little bit, right, or if you zoom in, sorry, if you zoom in on the intraday time frame. Sorry, it's computer's going a little slow here. Just lots of data coming through. So hopefully you guys can see this. All right, do you see this triangle right here? See how we're coming down off the top and we're coming up here? So notice how we broke down there with some authority. We lost this trend line earlier today for a nice down move. This one here was just an explosive downside move, looking to test the low of the day. So it was a really nice move on the ES. Let's take a look at the MES here. That's an impulsive move down, guys. This thing could continue to work its way down and just be retracing right now. So again, geometric lines, we're going to wait until this impulsive moves ends to see where that goes from there. So let's stay with the Qs. Okay, so Q's also a nice breakdown too. Another breakdown out of the channel that we drew this morning. We wrote about this in the bubble report this morning. So well, this channel is kind of like an ending channel, ending diagonal, right? So watch it. So we got a nice breakdown here and a nice breakdown here on the Q's. Let's take a look at the IWM. Okay, so IWM really getting tanked here, right? So this was just a loss of the low of the day here with increased volume. So nice down move on that one. And honestly, guys, the XLF has not supported a strong market today, right? As go the banks, right? So goes the market, right? So it was down at the open, right? So it gave us some good short opportunities at the open. We actually shorted Apple at the open as well. Got a nice retrace right here, and then another nice down move on the XLF. So good stuff there. But let me show you what I was looking at here on Apple. Okay, so Apple is looking really good, right? So as the market was breaking down, Apple was actually just kind of sitting around right here, right? So right at its 15-orb low, right? So I like the retrace right here. It came all the way to the high day. So I like this retrace right here after the prior inside day high, right? And then that breakdown here below the 15-orb low was a nice shot, and it ended up working here to the low of the day. It ended up being a real nice short there. So just in that little bit of time between we were talking, right? It puts a nice trade there, and I mentioned that in the Discord group that I got short on Apple. So good stuff there. Let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla is interesting, right? So members actually did incredibly well on Tesla today, which really turned out to do a gap and go type move based on its overnight price action, right? So we got over these levels right here, gave a nice move out of the 15-orb breakout. Members got long here on the retrace to the 15-orb high for another nice move. And then later in the day, we got this double top right here. We got short here on our off of here based on our flow channel. Right? And what we've done is we're actually starting to really improve the channel even more, is we're starting to show like fire and flames when stuff is looking very, very interesting, right? Based on our algorithms. And so we got a nice down move off of that one too. So that really gave us a heads up on that double top there on Tesla. Plus it was under its ADMA. Right? So good stuff there. So a couple other ones that we looked at today. Definitely Baba was on the radar. So let's take a look here. Baba, obviously from yesterday. Oop, hold on one second. Oh, I need to. Sorry, I was accidentally typing on another screen instead of this one here. So yeah, so Baba, definitely on the radar, right? So they it was looking a little sketchy this morning, right? Because they're being censored by the CCP, and then America, like the U.S. just said that like, hey, Baba's not going to be on the list, right, of banned companies in America, and it spiked really nicely, right? So members did well on this one. Nice 15-hour breakout on that. You can put that up here. It looks like it's bull flagging here into the end of the day. There's a lot of put activity on it, but again, it's holding up strong, right? That low volume up there that we talked about last night. If you missed last night's video, definitely check that out, right? So definitely check that out on the at the end of the video. For the link to that one. So Sababa was interesting. MU is one that ended up just not playing out for us, and at least not for me. I didn't trade it. I was looking for a gap and go this morning. I liked the gap up. I was looking for some relative strength, and it did not confirm at all above this pivot level right here. So it just kind of popped and kind of came back in. So it was a gap and drop on MU, but MU is a little tricky little name, so it's okay there. And another one that's been pretty hot recently is Neo, right? So nice higher low right here to work its way up, almost a harmonic type move to get to the upside there today. And we actually shorted this one here. Where did we short Neo today? We shorted it here. So on this retrace about at 886, and gave us a nice move down to the 15-hour below. So that was a good one as well on Neo. That was at the open. So good stuff there. A couple chart requests that are out there. Let's take a look at those. Let's take a look at Zoom and see how it's behaving here today. So Zoom's basically inside the gap. It's been really choppy. This gray area right here just shows that we're in the gap. So it's just kind of doing its thing. It's just been chopping around for a while. I'm sure it'll move eventually, right? Contraction to expansion. But right now it's just basically dealing with that open gap space right now. Speaking of space, here's another request right here. So nice up move on space today, but it's kind of grinding its way lower intraday. Lemonade. Let's take a look at this one. So Lemonade, pretty interesting, right? So it gave a big spike at the open, very similar to Tesla, retested the 15-orb high and then bounced off of that again. Now it's just kind of running out of a little bit of steam. It's maybe it's lost its squeeze. So you got that going on there. John Deere pulling back. Infrastructure news. They're finally selling off on this one. Again, it gave a good push yesterday on the that news. Now we've got an upper shadow red candle right here. It kind of looks like it's going to attempt to try to fill that closing gap. Edit is another one too. Let's take a look. So Edit, I was like, whoa, what's going on with that one? So Edit, big upper shadow on this one right here today, turning into a shooting star. So see how that goes here. ADI, interesting, also forming an upper shadow there as well. And Snow. Okay, guys, so Snow was impressive, right? So yesterday it had an amazing reversal candle and it got a great upside follow through today. Now swinging it, not sure, but momentum follow through, you bet. With that kind of volume yesterday, gave a great gap up, and members actually did really incredibly well on that. I mean, it was just a phenomenal gap up there. So good job on options with those. So anyway, guys, good stuff. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in here. Hopefully you guys found that helpful. We'll see you guys at the daily market wrap, and until then, stay healthy out there. Remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the